why do we sleep? This may come as a shock to some people, but one of the lead suspects in reduced amounts of sleep is increased amount of entertainment. Labor of any kind requires rest equally as much as no labor at all. Yet, when you're tuned out, the brain is possibly at its most active. This must surely mean it's mostly asleep during daytime. The relationship between the brain and usage of energy is not an easy one. Connections between nerve cells are growing when in use, and as you can probably imagine, weaker when inactive. On a regular basis, the brain runs on beta waveforms. For your general well-being, however, you need occasionally to hit the delta. And no, because otherwise, there'd be no point in making a video about it. For a memory to form, there needs to happen two things, one of which you are currently doing, the other where sleep is a key ingredient. That's because, and according to research, the formation of different types of memories seems to occur while we sleep. In addition to left side and right side brain, there's the hippocampus, which is also left side, right side, and in short, the neocortex. The hippocampus is often associated with short-term memory, like the beginning of a sentence, but it's also responsible for connecting different types of information, much like a bouquet of flowers. That is how, for example, a skint can trigger a complete memory. Thus, information never making it to long-term memory isn't entirely correct, because it's the strength of the connections we're referring to. Nonetheless, the idea is to make the memories independent of the hippocampus. In return, increased traffic between neurons increase the likelihood of having them fire again, and thus easier and faster to recall. The difference is whether focused on patterns or long-term structural change, or even rewiring if information was false or even remembered incorrectly. This is called neuroplasticity, and it's the brain's ability to adapt to any situation, including damage. Sleep, first of all, is divided into two main categories that corresponds to brainwave frequency. That's sort of like the idea here. Non-REM sleep, further divided into light sleep and deep sleep. During sleep, redundant information is being discarded, so keywords, but the material processed are those events most recently occurred, and spending a few minutes to go over that material again is gaining more wisdom than it costs effort to do. But you have to do it. Though, of course, too much practice can cause neural connections to overload, and sleep might just serve you better off. REM sleep is often called paradoxical sleep, because the brain activity is highly active despite subjects being asleep. In fact, stimuli in this state is generated from within the brain. Thus, your muscles are paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. This means that something in the mind is experiencing things, while the you in there is unavailable. People with disorders can move around in this stage, even get out of bed. This cross paths with consciousness, because you're either aware of it, or you're not. Hence the expression. Dreaming has been observed during non-REM sleep as well, but those are concept-based rather than emotional. Sleep runs on cycles, and a healthy night contains 5 to 6 of those, depending on your age. This be where we need to at least mention napping, because the term catnap was changed to power once it was proven healthy and effective, to make it socially acceptable, especially in work-related matters. Those are short breaks that won't, or isn't supposed to, enter deep sleep, so that your circadian rhythm stays intact. The siesta, on the other hand, is a long break scheduled into daily routines, against business hours reallocated. Whether or not this is beneficial is a question regarding mortality rates and working accidents in applicable countries. Napping aside, how much time we spend on each level depends on how long subjects been asleep and what time of day it is. You see where this is going. Underestimated, maybe, but just like you and me need to occasionally clean our house and brush our teeth, so does the body need to take care of itself. No, seriously, an average human contains around 37.2 trillion cells, whereas between 1 and 3 million of them die every second, and something has got to clean them up. Fortunately, there are automatic processes in the body assigned to handle this, but those are only at work when you are dressed and asleep. Thanks for watching.